Welcome to 30 Days with Vicky. I'm Vicky and you're gonna be spending the next 30 days with me. So I decided to challenge myself and do 30 videos in 30 days. So for the whole month of April, post one video every day. I'm going to be doing this and you guys are gonna keep me accountable because I need to do this because I've always wanted to be a vlogger. I've always wanted to be, you know, somebody that like films and posts it for memories or for literally just anything. I'm not 100% as crazy as I am in my life on camera yet, just because I'm still, you know, I don't want to scare you guys off just yet, because I still think it's a little awkward talking to a camera, but it's gonna get easier. Hopefully by the end of these 30 days I'll be 100% comfortable with you all and I will be able to film like everything, which is crazy. So it's gonna be fun. Yeah, today is Wednesday, April 1st, and this is not an April juice, oh my god, an April Fool's joke. April is my birthday month, so there's gonna be fun content, so be ready. I do have some fun stuff coming up. I actually have my birthday weekend. It was supposed to be a surprise. My family does not know how to keep secrets, so I am the type of family member that wants to record a lot, but I also forget to record a lot. You know what I mean? And I love capturing those memories, but then again, I love being in the moment. So sometimes I forget to film. So, like the other day, I made a party for just like a family get together, and I didn't vlog. Like I did a little bit, but not as much as I would like. You know what? I might put a little clip in there. So, of some people in my family that I know would want to be in my videos.
Mi nombre es Ibelis y nací en el 1900. Tu nombre y el año que naciste. Ay, yo no me acuerdo. Mi nombre es fulana de tal. Ellos son mis nietos y nací el 24 de septiembre de 1900.
Hi, I'm Jose, and I was born in 19.
My name is Vicky and I was born in 2000.
It's really funny. So now we're gonna be vlogging a lot, and I'm so excited. It's about to rain. If you're from Florida, you know, you see this brightness, it's not from the sun. Well, it's from the sun obviously, but it's the sun trying to go through the clouds because the clouds are gray. But in all honesty, as a Florida girl, I prefer the rainy weather rather than the sunny weather. I don't know if that's just me, let me know in the comments, but I prefer rainy weather. Where was I going with this? This morning I woke up and I went for a walk around my neighborhood. I walked from my house to the end of the street so my mom could pick me up so we could go take my sister to work because she was running late. It wasn't a long walk, but it was a walk. After that I had breakfast with my mom, and then now she went off to work and I'm here at home. So I'm technically a stay-at-home daughter. So welcome to the day in the life of a stay-at-home daughter. Normally when you hear stay-at-home daughter, you think, oh, useless. Half true. I do stuff. I actually have a crochet business and a treats business. I've invested quite a lot in my treats business and it hasn't really taken me anywhere, but I haven't gotten an order since October, so it's been quite a while. Okay, I still accept orders, I still, you know, make treats, I just don't post them as frequently. Crochet business, I sell amigurumis and some of my creations, and I would love to start selling my patterns and stuff, because when I don't find a pattern, like I'm one to, I feel like I always go by the motto, if I see it, I can make it, you know, like, oh, I could do that. Yeah, like I feel like that's my toxic trait, like, oh, I can make that, yeah, and I give it a try. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but if it does work out, I'm like, you know, I did it, and I did it, you know. I made my sister loves BTS. I made her, she has a glow stick, and I made her the, what's that called, like a cover for it with the new BTS album. I'm working on making BTS keychains. It's, you know, there's a lot of things that I'm thinking, you know, and I have so many ideas, but I have to like make them And I haven't done a market because I'm not good at socializing. Literally, if there was one word to describe me, it would have to be anxiety from inside out. So really, really bad anxiety. Getting better on the outside, right? But on the inside, it's still as bad or even worse, I'd say. On the outside, I don't show it as much. Like, I actually like talk to people. I try to express my words faster so people don't notice that I'm getting nervous. So this doesn't happen to anybody else. Like, I need to know I'm not the only one. But yeah, so if you feel the same way, you're not alone. I suffered through that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I let it ruin my mood. I let it ruin my day. But then I come to a realization and I'm like, this is my life. You know, God gave me anxiety, which is crazy to say, but you know, he gave me anxiety because he knew that I can withstand it. You know, he knew that I can like conquer it and be more with my anxiety. And I do think that anxiety has a big, you know, part in my life, but it doesn't exclude me from the rest. We're gonna conquer it together. And in these next 30 days, I'm gonna be, you know, expressing and, you know, telling you guys when I get anxiety and stuff, so you guys can see, you know, what I deal with, and we'll conquer it together. Back to the stay-at-home daughter. So when I stay at home, I like to keep myself busy just because I feel useless when I don't. So sometimes, yeah, I clean the kitchen, I wash clothes, make the beds. You know, I do stuff to keep myself occupied, but it's not enough sometimes. You know, you're like, I could do more. Today, actually, I want to finish up some crochet bookmarks that I've been working on. Just gotta add the details in the flower. I'll show you guys. I started in May. Flowers for Mom for Mother's Day. That was the first thing I ever made, and you know, I liked it. You know, it was a year ago. I had just gotten out of like terrible moment in my life, and I was like, you know what, I need to pick up a hobby or, you know, do something for me, because, you know, I can't find a job. You know, I have really bad anxiety. I can't, you know, do any of that. And so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna give crocheting another go. And I did. And now we're here making bees a whole year later, which is, you know, crazy. Like, if you would tell me a year ago that I would be in my room filming a YouTube video of me crocheting, oh my god, I'm about to cry. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful, actually. That's amazing. You know, it's crazy. I always say, you know, God does things in mysterious ways, but he also makes things happen when they're supposed to happen. Nothing happens too fast, nothing happens too slow. Everything happens at the time that it needs to happen for a reason. Because, so, okay, I'll just say it. A year ago, I was supposed to be living in New York. Yeah, you heard that right. I was supposed to move to New York, live in New York, and then I didn't. I stayed in Florida. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, it was the best decision I could have made for myself. I think I love New York. I love it. This past, you know, New Year's, I spent it in New York. But New York is a very fast city. Florida is a very much retirement city and, you know, state or whatever, but city. And here things, not that they're slow, because I still like love like the fast movement of New York, the trains, everything. I just think that for the moment that I was in, that would not have benefited me in the stage that I was in, if that makes sense. Like, I feel that I healed more going just to visit New York, but living in Florida. That is like the perfect balance that I needed, because I feel like if I would have moved to New York and live in New York and just get to visit Florida, I would be so sad. Because I'm more of a beach girly, you know. I'm more of, let's go for a walk, let's go, you know, outside, let's go see nature. You know, New York, there is that, but for like half the year. The other half it's snowing. I love snow. Actually, this past New Year's was actually the first time I ever saw snow. But seeing the snow actually made me realize, you know, I love the ocean. You know, I love everything about Florida, and I've lived here my whole life, but I don't know nothing about Florida, you know? And leaving, you know, that really bad state that I was in a year ago, not like an actual state, like, you know, a place, I, you know, realized that it can get better, you know, and you just need time to heal, you know. And I wanted to heal very quickly, you know. I wanted to forget everything, but I also wanted to forgive. So, you know, I did forgive, you know, the things that hurt me and the people that hurt me, but I will never forget the feeling of what I went through to get to being this stage that I am. And as I said, you know, if I would have moved to New York, I don't think I would have picked up the hobby of crocheting or the treat making or anything. You know, I think I would have been doing hair or nails, you know. That's what I wanted to do a year ago, and I would have went through with it in New York. But in Florida, I did this, and you know, this has actually helped me so much, because, you know, actually, nobody knows this, but I actually started crocheting because it's, as with my anxiety, I shake a lot. Like, I become very like shaky and just jittery, and I can't, you know, do anything. So I turned to doing something with my hands to distract myself that my hands were shaking. And look, you know, they still shake, but it's not as much. And that to me in itself is healing. And it's amazing, you know, that my body healed and was able to you know, to do that. So, you know, I'm very thankful that, you know, I picked up the hobby, and I you know, did something for me. I'm very, you know, happy that I did that. I decided to do this YouTube channel because I like to yap to myself like a lot. Look at that bee. Wow. Oh my god, the sun is beaming. Like, I think y'all need an up close of this, so I might bring you guys closer so you guys can get like the full experience of me actually crocheting this. Look at how cute. Now we're gonna work on the flower. Make a magic ring, and I do 6 single crochets, 3, 6 increases in all of them, which means just 2 in each. 3, 6, 9, 12. Yep. Just gonna chain 1 and pull and leave it like that. Chain 2, 3 double crochets, and then I chain 2, slip stitch, and I chain 2, skip 1 stitch thingy and 1 to the next, but I actually double crochet into the next, so I gotta wrap it around. And again, do 3, 2, 3, chain 2, go in, slip, oops, 1, 2, go in, 1, 2, oop, oop, 3, chain 2. From here, pull it through, and then start chaining. I don't normally do like 50. You're going to grab your little bee, and there should be like 3 between there. Just gonna put it into the middle one and grab it like so, and pull like that, making it into like a knot type of thing, and then do just chain 1, and then cut, pull, pull, pull this, pull both, and then just weave in the bee with the flower. Now we weave in these. So these are actually on my Crochet by Vicky for $5. So you want to order one and support me. And actually something else, keychain. It's cute. I actually have one on my purse. These are also on my crochet page for $5. If you guys want to order, let me know. I'll ship it to you guys. I'm having a little snack while I read my book. Some cheddar cheese with pretzels. So now I'm just gonna be here on my computer making some pre-cut designs for my sister because I want to customize her some clothes for the BTS concerts. Yes, she was able to get tickets, so we're gonna be customizing some clothes for her. I'll just be working on this for the rest of the day. Just wait for my sister to get out of work and my mom to get out of work. So yeah, I'll let you guys know if anything else interesting comes up, but that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe to see the next 30 days, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.